So 4 weeks post-op now. Recovery's going really, really well. I've been pleased with how it's going. I've been back in the gym, a lot more productive at home, which Liz is happy about, I think. Are you happy about that, dear?
Always do.
So like I said, I wanted to give you guys an update every few weeks on how the Achilles is recovering. Like I said, it's only been 4 weeks, so really progress shouldn't be kind of too far, ahead right now. But I've got to say I've been happy with how it's going. We've got a leaflet that kind of goes into detail in terms of what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, how many wedges we have in the shoe, etc. I'm already well ahead of schedule.
It says 2 to 4 weeks, partial weight bearing if pain allows.
Yeah, so I'm kind of well ahead. I've been back in the gym. I haven't needed my sticks now for almost 2 weeks, which is really good because it just has made kind of looking after the kids a lot easier. It's made being able to get back in the gym easier.
Because you have an automatic, you can drive as well, can't
Yeah,
you?
luckily because it's on the left foot, and in the UK we drive on the right hand side. It's in a lucky way. It was good that it was that foot. So I've just kind of got my freedom back. I'm working again. This weekend I'm at the UK's Strongest Man. Make sure you check back on the page that I'm going to get quite a lot of behind the scenes images and footage, and I'm going to try and get some interviews with a lot of the guys as well. Graham Hicks is going to be there, Paro Dwyer, a number of other guys, some up and coming British guys. I'm going to try and have a chat with them and get them on the channel so you guys can get a bit more in-depth information from some of them. Some really good new guys coming through, so that's going to be fun. But recovery wise, I haven't had my first official rehab session. I've been doing a few little things myself and with a few of the guys that work with me. Unfortunately, physio is away, so he's on holiday. So I'm going to see him when he gets back, but he's got some treatment that he thinks will really, really help. One thing I did want to talk about, I've started using a few peptides to help speed up recovery. And again, when I kind of talk about speeding up recovery, I'm not trying to get back super fast and compete again. I'm just trying to do everything I can to improve my chances of a good recovery. And there's a lot of products out there now that do help with recovery. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of them. Savage Supplements, one of my sponsors, sent them to me to try and help speed up the recovery. Basically, 2 peptides we're looking at, TB500 and BPC157. They're peptides that help with tendon recovery and muscle recovery. And I've got to say, my scar's looking good. We had a look at that earlier. It's
tiny, isn't it?
It's tiny. My ability to get my foot into a flatter position is much quicker than it should be. I just mentioned earlier about the wedges that you have in the boot. Originally you have 5, and then every so often they're going to come down. I'm down to 2 already, which is good, and feeling fairly comfortable with it. If I walk for long periods of time, or I'm sort of up and about for a long time, it does start to ache and hurt. So I'm still trying to rest when I can. It's just, I'm a normal guy. I mean, some of you guys see me as, a pro strongman and stuff, but I've got the family to look after. I've got
pro
jobs
dad.
to do. Pro dad, yeah. Three kids that are off on holiday now, so I've got to entertain them for the next 6 weeks, which I'm sure a lot of you can sympathise with.
Feral toddler.
We're 1 day in, and I was kind of dying halfway through the day.
It's so hot as well, though, isn't it?
Today's been ridiculously hot.
37 degrees here today.
I think it's the hottest day of the year by far.
Yeah.
And
hottest day ever, they said.
some of the American viewers are going to be calling us like wussies now.
We are wussies. We're not built for this.
We don't have aircon and things like that in the UK like you guys do. It gets too hot or too cold and we crumble.
Our houses are really insulated as well for energy saving purposes in the winter, aren't they? So
what time is it now? It's 10 to 8 p.m. So I'm sweating and it's still light and it's still
sunny.
Hot. I don't even know what the temperature is. What's the temperature right now? So it's still 29 degrees in Swindon at the moment.
What's that in Fahrenheit? Translate it. Oh, I don't know either.
I don't know Fahrenheit.
No.
Only old British people know that. Or smart ones.
We're neither.
So yeah, kind of, if you do have an injury, maybe take a look at those peptides. They are legal. Some people kind of have like funny kind of views about it.
Not steroids.
They're not steroids. They're peptides, which, you know, there's a lot more research gone into them. But the research on the recovery from those two that I mentioned is absolutely amazing. I know so many people that are using them, and it just may be something that you haven't heard of, that if you have had an injury is definitely worth, you know, looking into. There's a lot of good videos by doctors and people that are a lot smarter than me when it comes to kind of, you know, the science behind it all. Just check them out on other YouTube channels. TB500 and BPC157. They're two of the absolute best peptides you can look at for recovery purposes from, you know, muscle tears. If you have like a small muscle tear or something like that, you're looking to speed up recovery, they're really good. Major surgery, kind of things like that, you're not going to speed up in terms of, you know, I'm not going to be competing in a few weeks' time, but I'm just trying to do everything I can to get the foot nice and healthy. So what have I been up to? I've been back in the gym focusing on trying to lose some weight. I'm already down to 154 kilos. From at Worlds I was 160. The goal is to get to around 140. That's kind of, you know, I just want to be fit and healthy. I'm not trying to get on stage and, you know, be a bodybuilder or anything like that. I'm just trying to live a healthier lifestyle, feel a bit fitter, because when I'm competing, I even find like chasing the kids and just normal every day-to-day stuff gets tough. When I'm 140 kilos, I am super fit. I can do some pretty impressive things in terms of, you know, cardio, concept 2 rowers and stuff like that. I'm really good at when I'm feeling fitter, and I just feel better in myself. So while I'm not competing, drop the body weight a little bit. And I'm even, you know, I think when I do my first kind of combat competition, I might do an under 140 powerlifting event.
Under 140?
Yeah, under 140, just to say.
That's actually a really competitive category though, isn't it? Or is it the under 105?
No, under 110s is probably the most competitive category in terms of the UK. Okay. There's a few really good super heavyweights, but I'm not really doing it to avoid anyone. I don't care about that. I just thought a powerlifting show.
Be honest now. Be honest to your viewers.
Well, I'm you know me better than anyone. When do I ever worry about anyone when I compete? I'm actually looking at doing some grip stuff right now. I had a bit of a mess around in the gym today. I finished my workout and some of the guys were talking about Klokov had done a middle finger deadlift. I hadn't seen it, and the kind of guys were like, oh, he did 47.5 kilos. So we put 50 kilos on and I had to go with it. Came up okay. No chalk, one finger, one leg. Like, yeah, have that. The gym's doing a deadlift competition at the end of August, so I said I'm going to try 60 kilos then, just to give me something to train for. So we're going to train for that one finger deadlift. I'm going to train my finger.
How do you train for a one finger deadlift?
Like you train for anything. You do the event that you've got to get good at.
Just keep practicing with your finger.
Yeah, I won't go like super heavy. I'll try and give the tendon kind of time under tension. And
look at the finger.
It's a rude finger, you know. I don't want to offend any of my viewers. give them the finger. You can like, chuck in the terrible. Like, we had someone terrible recording it. Rich, who owns the gym, doesn't know what he's doing with a camera. So hopefully, when I do it properly, I'll get you or Will to come down and record it properly. But I did 50 kilos first time, which I was pretty happy with. And I'll do a little bit of training, see if I can get to 60. But, you know, strong hands from Strongman. I've always been good with grip stuff.
Always been good with your hands.
But like I said, this weekend I'm at the UK Strongest Man. Liz is staying home with the kids. You're going to enjoy that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have some fun. Hopefully it's not quite as hot as today for the guys competing. It looks like it's going to be nice weather. Looking forward to, obviously we would love to have been competing, but I'm looking forward to supporting the guys and, you know, getting some behind the scenes stuff. Anyone that's actually going to watch the show, I'll be there all 3 days. I'm going to be part of the VVIP meet and greet that they're doing. And if you guys are there and you want to come and say hello, come over and have a chat. It's going to be fun.
You get lonely, don't you?
I get lonely on my own, yeah. There's lots of people to keep me company when I'm at a Strongman show. Anything else that I've missed? You know,
no,
I think recovery wise with the Achilles, you know, it's an injury that sucks. I am, because I think last time I spoke to you guys, I was really a bit down that I wasn't off the sticks, and literally like a day or two later, I was walking in the boot fine. Well, not fine, a bit like I was hobbling more than anything, but still not relying on them, which has been really good. I'm getting up and down the stairs easier now. it's been horrible having to have this boot on in this weather. Timing wise, it wasn't ideal. Not that it's ever ideal, but you can see there's like this quite thick kind of inner layer, and then it's like a bionic foot. I've actually broke things on the floor that I didn't see, and then you kind of stand on it. It's just like a robot breaking down. So luckily no children or anything under the foot. But no, recovery wise, I'm feeling good. Looking forward to. I want to go to the first physio session. They kind of said it would be a few weeks. Well, they try and get me in really quickly, but I think it's still another 2 weeks till I'll get the NHS physio session. But that's fine. I'm pretty pretty clued up on training and exercises on certain things.
And you've got your own physio anyway, haven't you?
Got good physios, good chiropractors that have given me some good advice. But I get a lot of guys as well. They kind of message me saying, "Oh, don't go back to the gym too soon." I'm not doing anything to damage the foot. It's not like I'm going to be pulling trucks or squatting. Or you're doing anything kind of crazy. My training is just what I can do, what's been recommended to do by the physios, by doctors. I wouldn't do anything to risk setting myself back and hurting it again. So please understand that. And also, training while injured is actually a good thing because you're sending a lot more blood around the body, which is going to aid recovery. So just doing nothing is often the worst thing. And it's one of the reasons most people that do train a lot, and athletes and myself, manage to recover from things much quicker than like a normal person. Because when you're just sedentary and you do nothing, your body kind of shuts down rather than trying to rebuild and get stronger. So actually doing some exercise is a good thing. So if you are injured, don't use it as an excuse to do nothing. You can always find alternative exercises, different things that you can do to get yourself back in the gym. I feel so much better just for being out training, being out doing things. When I was stuck on the sofa doing nothing, that's when you sort of get really depressed and down. And
I was going to say, it would be really bad for you mentally not to do anything.
Yeah, you know what I'm like, and I do get down.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot more upbeat, just a lot happier in general, and I'm feeling good. So like I said, this weekend I'm at the UK's. If you've got any questions at all, guys, please comment below. Please keep liking, sharing the channel. It's starting to grow now. We're almost at 11,000 now, which is amazing. Really appreciate all the support, and hopefully we can get to 20. We've got some good videos coming up. We've got the food eating challenge that should be up on Monday, and we'll get loads of behind the scenes from the UK's this weekend. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.